All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Everyman crossword. Let's see what Everyman has in store. Well, for the last few weeks, I have started by looking for Everyman's, I think, trademark type of clue, which is one with the word primarily or starters or originally to indicate we should take the first letters of all the words. We do have an originally here, but those starting letters don't look very possible. Oh, here's an at first where lands. No, the starting letters of those don't read very well. That's a long one. Yeah, I generally look for the very long clues. Here we go. So we take the first letters from man espousing strange magnetism, especially restoratively. If I'm saying that right, well, that would be mesmer, after whom mesmerism is named, using hypnotism, I suppose, as a therapeutic treatment. All right, so let's maybe see if we can get to grips with the lower left corner. Time to go with the blues. Ooh. Yeah, the question mark indicates I think every man is a little pleased with himself for this one. Who are the blues? Well, there's the music genre. There's Chelsea, I suppose. Oxford blues. The color blue, some color. Time. Time is usually T, so maybe it begins with T and then a word for to go. No, I don't get that. Let's try. Ooh, 12 down. Flatus sent, moved, discretion. Ooh, does flatus have something to do with flatulence? Let me pause and look that up. Yes, that's it exactly. American Heritage Dictionary says gas generated in or expelled from the digestive tract, especially the stomach or intestines. There we go. So I think with 11 letters, it must be an anagram or moved. And it's going to mean discretion. Well, I see we have two S's and NE. So I think it's going to be a Ness type word. Let's try the anagram helper, flatus, sent. Ooh, discretion, tactfulness. There we go. Yeah, I had to see the letters laid out before me before I got that one. All right, how about 18 down? With ceremony, keep watch. Is it a double definition for ceremony and maybe the verb to keep watch? Observe, maybe? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's try oh yeah, this one. Where lands steepen in shelters, the writer's going to sleep at first. Well, yeah, so I'm thinking it might be where lands steepen. Well, I was going to say uplands, but lands will not be in the answer since it's in the clue. But something about high places. And I think within a word for shelters, we're going to have the writer would be I or me, but I think if it's the writer is, then it might be I am or I am. And then going to sleep at first, maybe simply before another S. IMS. Yeah, not Himalayas. No. Let's try 23. That man, I think that would be he, is smothered by right wing. So I think we're going to have probably, whoops, H-E. It's going to be surrounded by 4 letters for right wing, and it's going to mean presumption. Yeah, I'm wondering if your thesis might be your presumption that you set out to prove. But then how would TSIS be right wing? No, I don't see that. All right, well, let's go back to the start and see what we have here. Suit as may be worn by wealthy. Well, something being worn by something else is usually one word going around. So I'm wondering if the wealthy is rich. And we have rich going around. As, a word for as, maybe? Like when? Or like? Yeah, And it would then mean suit, which could be a verb if something suits you, or it could be a lawsuit of some kind, or a suit of cards, diamonds. Oh, yeah, I think it's just a simple double definition. That's a little disappointing, to be honest. I was expecting some wordplay, but I think it's just diamonds. Well, let's see if the Downs agree with that. Paint picture of Claude's crib, expertly ignoring parts. Well, Claude, I think we're supposed to think of Claude Monet, but I wonder if it's simply Claude as a French person, and we're going to have the French word for crib. Or maybe it's of in French, de, because we have that D, and it's going to be paint picture, might be the definition. Oh. Oh, no, it's a hidden clue. Nothing to do with French. So, starting with the D in Claude's, we have describe, and so ignoring parts is telling us just to use something that is hidden within it and throw away the rest. All right. Live-in childminder, saving skin, her name. Well, the obvious word for live-in childminder would be a nanny, and saving, I suppose, is an old-fashioned way of saying except for, and the skin would be the outer letters, so that would leave Anne. So we're just looking for a girl's name here. Rock, passe, cut. Wow. It's a nice clue, just 3 words. Could it be a triple definition? With the passe, I'm thinking of obsolete or something. Obscure. No. How about record by Queen, censored, having fallen from favor? Oh, well, there are a few short words for record that show up in the cryptic LP, EP. I always loved a good EP. There was something very satisfying about it. I think because you felt you were getting some extra songs, and I think some artists used it as a way to maybe do something a little more experimental. But anyway, but another, of course, obvious word would be a disc. And so I'm thinking there's probably some word from fallen from favor. like discredited. Yes, I'm thinking a queen can be or king can be represented by R for Regina or Rex. And if something is censored, maybe it is edited. So discredited, I suppose in one way it's fallen from favor. I think to me it's more of it has been proven to be wrong, proven false. But anyway, close enough, I think. All right, so I'm thinking diamonds must be right. How about walk, gosh, flipping, healthy? Yeah, so I think the flipping means we're going to reverse one half to get a word that means, or a phrase that means the other half. I'm thinking gosh is going to be something like oh, maybe, or wow, or core. That one comes up a bit. Yeah, so is it going to be, and are we going to reverse everything or maybe just the word for gosh? And is it going to mean healthy or walk? And healthy doesn't necessarily mean your health. It could be a healthy serving. No, I don't get it. That's a knit I see. Just a bit. Get clean. So we have another hidden clue. Just a bit, like like ignoring parts, is telling us we only need some of the phrase, and within that's a knit I see. We have sanitize, meaning to get clean, where a waltz started in 80s pop hit. Ah, it is a straightforward double definition. And funnily enough, I play a few of the hurdle games. I don't know if anyone else does. But 80s today, it was a song I didn't recognize, but it had a certain synth sound. And then a man's voice came in. And I thought, oh, I think that's Midge Ure. And it wasn't Vienna, but it was Ultravox. And so I think the waltz started in Vienna, and that was definitely, oh my God, that was number one for so many weeks in a row. I liked the song, but I was a bit sick of it by the end of it. All right, it spins forward and backward. That's telling us we have a palindrome, I think. And since we already have the R and the T, I think rotor is pretty obvious. Now, what's our rock? Oh, passe could be out, maybe. Ah, yes. And if you cut something, you might crop it. And so an outcrop is, I don't know if it's exactly a rock, but it's a rocky patch, I suppose, sticking out of a mountain. All right, let's see. Studying again. Finally, Oscar Wilde. Where was his jail? Well, of course, he had the Ballad of Reading Jail, that little patch of blue we prisoners call the sky and all that. And I think finally Oscar Wilde, the last two letters of his name, the R and the E, and then Reading, if you are studying again, you're rereading. Okay, climbing down. Well, looking at the letters we have, I'm thinking this must be backpedaling. Band, pick, legal, high. Yeah, so I think it's going to be an anagram of band, pick, legal. And high, I don't know, have we had that anagram indicator before? I suppose if the letters were high, metaphorically speaking, they might wander around a little bit and rearrange themselves. Yeah, and so two L's in this spelling of backpedaling. I think I might have only put one myself. I don't know if that's US versus UK spelling. All right, top politicians, decadent French-born set. Ooh. I think it might be first ministers might be top politicians. Ooh, decadent might be an anagram indicator for French-born set. Then it's not first. How about front? Front benchers, of course, in the British Parliament. The more important, or certainly longer serving politicians sit on the front bench. The ministers are the shadow ministers. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an anagram of French-born set. Let's go back and do the top right. Not fashionable, friendless originally, is everyman folding. Well, yeah, when I saw the word folding, I immediately thought of origami. A lot of jokes about someone whose origami business is folding. But how does the wordplay... so you take... That's clever. You take the word originally. Fashionable can be in, so if it's not fashionable, you take away the in. A friend could be an ally, A-L-L-Y, and so you take that away and you're left with just O-R-I-G. And is everyman? Well, everyman might ask, am I? There we go, that's clever. I like that one. Evidence of shark. Men doing badly in fishy film. Is it going to be evidence of shark? I don't know what evidence of shark. Obviously the fin sticking out of the water. Or is it a fishy film, which of course doesn't necessarily have to be a motion picture. It could be some kind of scum or something from fish. Yeah, I don't know what that is at all. How about a little faint, wan gynecologist with nasal tone? Yeah, so yet another hidden clue, a little, telling us we're going to take a part of faint, wan gynecologist. Very strange phrase, and that's going to give us twangy with a nasal tone. All right, so now this must be IT. Yeah, I'm thinking, yes, if you walk, you hoof it. Gosh is ooh, double O-H, and that is flipped. And if you're healthy, you are fit. All right, so now, evidence of shark. What could that be? Fanning, finding, funding. Men doing badly might simply be an anagram of men. I wonder. And fishy Phil, maybe a word for fishy goes around the men doing badly. Of course, maybe it's a metaphorical shark. We had loan shark not too long ago. Funding. No. Going to have to come back to that one. After components switched, Will's Mrs.'s posh car is fun way to get about. Oh, a fun way to get about might be roller skate. Ah, yeah, so component switched is telling us it's sort of like a spoonerism, but we're taking syllables, I suppose. That obviously Prince William is married to Kate, so Kate's roller would be her posh car, and you switch the components, you get a roller skate. Rollers, oops, Kate, there we go. All right, public schoolboy, sheltering second, old Soviet. Oh, I wonder if it could be one of the old Soviet republics. Or is the definition of public schoolboy like an Etonian or some other Harovian? What are the other? But public schoolboy maybe could also be an OB, an old boy, but yeah, I do think it's part of the wordplay because that has to shelter second old, which might be simply S and O. And then we get a Soviet. Oh, yeah. So actually, I was right on Etonian. So I think it's an Estonian. I'm sure they won't thank you for reminding them, but they used to be part of the Soviet Union, now proudly independent. So the Etonian, yeah, I think what throws me a little bit is it's sheltering the second here and then the old. Oh, no, the old is part of Etonian. So sorry, yeah, old Soviet is the definition. My apologies. All right, that was the one. Oh, I thought it was observe. I'm just wondering if OBE is important. There would be an S there. Oh, so it could be something sides or lands steepen. The writer is going to sleep. Yeah, don't know about that. All right, how about in favor of second add? Well, if you're in favor of something, you're pro that. If you ask someone, give me a second, you might say, give me a mo for a moment, and that would be a promo, which would be an ad. All right, that's the one I thought might be thesis, but I don't know. How about getting to Italy? Monsieur le Président will eat a kind of pasta. So Monsieur le Président, it would be Macron. And he's going to eat a, and then he gets to I for Italy, and we have macaroni. That was simple enough. All right, the definition here I think is going to be bridled, and I immediately looking at these letters think of reined in and noise of downpour heard, so we have a homophone, and that's rain din, din being a noise and rain R-A-I-N. All right. Peculiar, well, oh something D, it must be odd. And if you regularly ignore letters from howdy do, you do get odd. Naval officer, well, surely this is captain. What else could it be? How does the wordplay work? A little indolent put in ill-considered catnap. Well, we have an anagram of catnap, and a little indolent is just the first letter of indolent, the I that goes inside the anagram of catnap. Oh, well, the fishy film now having that O comes to me. So the first part must all be wordplay. Oh, there is our men doing badly. So evidence of evidence of shark is a fin, all right. And then men doing badly doing badly is another. Oh, it's an anagram of men doing. Ah, there we go. After the fin. That's very clever. I like that one. All right, the top half and the right are done. Just these 4 in the bottom left. Yeah, I still have this one ending in M. If thesis was right, then it would be T something M. Bottom, no. Time to go. Would it be an anagram of time too? I don't think so. The blues. Something like a doldrum or a... no, not getting that at all. With ceremony. Keep watch. I really wanted to be observe. No, I just don't get it, but yeah, what could that be then? Let me pause, sip my coffee and think about that. It did occur to me that shelters could be hides, and then I immediately realized hillsides are where lands steepen. And so the writer is I will, and there's the first letter of sleep inside of hides. All right. So I think I need to go now with my blues. Time to go. Yeah, don't. All right, I tried to do these crosswords without resorting to online help like wordplays.com, but I think for this one I'm going to have to know 6-letter word is jumping out at me. So let me pause and look that up. Oh my goodness, well, I see why I didn't think of the word. I was trying to think of vowels that might go in there, but it's one of those words without one of the 5 vowels. We have Y doing the work of one. And so rhythm, time in music is rhythm, and it definitely rhythm and blues go very well together. All right, so if observe is right, then theory could be yes, and right wing is Tory. There we go, and so we have theory. So I think observe must be right, but I really don't, other than keep watch is observe, or maybe watch is simply observe, and maybe with ceremony keep. I don't know. So I could be completely wrong. We don't have the check all button. Anyway, that was this week's Everyman. I tried to get it done within 30 minutes. I think I just about did it this week. But possibly with an error, we'll find out next week when the solution is published. Anyway, thank you as always for watching and have a wonderful day.